All right, now, what you've been waiting for, it's prediction time. You're here to hear our opinions and thoughts on CFL football, and we're here to tell you what to expect in 2024. We're going to take the Preseason Futures Challenge on CFL Game Zone, and there's almost no way we could possibly be wrong. Even though last year, only 3% of you who made their selections had picked the Montreal Alouettes to win the Grey Cup. Definitely all 3% were from Quebec.
For sure.
This year, we're taking the test, and we're keeping the receipts. We'll see in November how we fare. All right, Henoc, let's go through it. Which team will win the Eastern Final? Ooh. So you obviously have the 4 teams in the East or a West Division crossover.
Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Ooh. You know what? It's funny. I actually was thinking along the same lines. Which team will win the Western Final?
Ooh, Western?
Obviously, again, the 5 teams in the West, or for the first time ever, an East Division crossover.
We're going to go with the BC Lions.
I agree. I mean, it came down to 2 teams for me, but I like your pick of BC.
Third time is the charm over there.
Who will lead the regular season in interceptions? So you have Demerio Houston, Marc-Antoine Dequoy, Jamal Peters, your former teammate Brandon Dandridge, or other.
This is a tough one because when you're a DB and you've had success already, quarterbacks are just going to tend to stay away from you. But I like Demerio Houston in a New Jersey. But I'm actually going to go with Jamal Peters, also in a New Jersey. PD Flash.
Are you reading my notes? I was going to say Jamal Peters as well. Okay, let's see if we're in sync with this one. Will a QB throw for 5,000 or more passing yards during the regular season?
I think so. I do believe so.
I think we could see multiple QBs throw for over 5. Trevor is healthy. Again, I think he could certainly do it. If VA and Zach are healthy, they certainly can do it. So
McLeod's been a guy.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I hate when you always forget about him, but McLeod's been a guy who's, you talk about numbers, he's always performed really well in his offense, in a new season, in a new team. I think he's going to be that guy too. And please don't forget the future Hall of Famer.
Bo Levi Mitchell.
Who's
going to lead in receiving touchdowns? Tim White, Alexander Hollins, Dalton Schoen, Eugene Lewis, or other?
All great options? I'm going to go with Tim White.
All great options. I'm going to go with other because there's a couple options that aren't on here, whether it's Tom Rhimes or Kenny Lawler or Nick Dembski. So I'm going to go with other. I'm going to take the field. Which team will have the most team sacks during the regular season?
I'm going to go with the BC Lions.
Interesting choice considering they lose Matthew Betts, who obviously led them in sacks a year ago. But they did bring in some help on that.
Beast.
On that front 4. So I like the Lions as a choice. That was mine as well. Will Winnipeg's Brady Oliveira rush for over or under 1,299.5 yards during the regular season?
I feel like every team that's going to go against Winnipeg right now, their main priority is going to be stop the run, stop Brady Oliveira, and that might slow him down. He's still going to get his numbers, but I don't think he's going to get over.
I'm going to go with under because I think he's going to be spending a lot of second halves with his helmet on top of his head, with water in his hand, cheering on those Canadian backs behind him. I don't think he's going to be used to close out games. I think he's going to be used sparingly, so he's good for the regular season at the end of the year and for the postseason. Which team will finish the regular season with the best record?
My former defensive coordinator, now head coach of Saskatchewan Roughriders.
God, what?
Corey Mace and Saskatchewan Roughriders.
So you have 2 teams to win their respective divisions, BC and Hamilton.
That's right.
Yet you have another team with the best record in the entire season.
Doesn't mean that you're going to win the division.
And one
you saw that last year, DB.
And so now 3 teams he's praised on, and not one of them is the team that's been the best team for the last 5 years. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
I think they will shock everybody.
This is.
Wait, who did you go for?
Well, this is a 2-horse race, if you let me finish, between BC and Winnipeg. I have BC winning the West Final. And I have BC winning the West Final because for the first time in a long time, the West Final is going to be in BC. I think they are going to have the best record in the regular season.
Double down.
How many kick, punt, return touchdowns will be scored in total during the regular season? Over 10.5 or under 10.5?
Over 10.5.
I'm going to go with under. I don't think that essentially every other week there's going to be a return TD this year. I'm going to go with under. Which team will win the 111th Grey Cup?
To me, might have to be the BC Lions.
I also am picking the BC
In
Lions.
BC.
In BC. They get it done. We go from that vision of Henoc crying on stage to Amar Doman.
That would be awesome.
Say, just like LeBron screaming, BC, this is for you.
I feel like Bernardo will have some stuff to say as well, but
No
it'll
doubt.
be interesting.
That's our picks. Don't like our picks? Go make your own. Head to gamezone.cfl.ca to play preseason futures today. Don't delay. Get your picks in by June 6th for your chance at a CFL Suite experience.